Alright guys, so I made another change to the antenna. I removed the section of coax that was being used as a phasing line, and the whole parameter has changed. So let's just kind of see what we got here. This would be a good time to use the 7300 because it has an SWR function, but for now we're just going to keep it simple. We want to see what this radio will do. I'm going to go up to the top of the band, all the way to the top. Let me see if we'll tune. It will not tune that far. I think it'll go pretty far though. Okay, let's go 90. Let's try 87. Okay. Alright. So we're higher up in the band now without that, so it means it was radiating all that feed line, which I really think is not good. Also, I resoldered the feed line connection because it was kind of worn from being disconnected and reconnected. You just get a little bit more solder on the end of it to where it kind of makes it a firm fit. Let's go. So you can go about right to there. I'm not ever up in the top of this band, which is kind of crappy. But let's see how low it'll go. I'm gonna guess it's gonna go about 200. So and it'll go to 7. Somewhere around here. Yep. So it's got pretty good bandwidth. I think it'll stop right here. Nope. Okay. Let's see how far it goes. Nice. What that means is it'll cover my frequencies that I want. I don't ever operate here. Really. Man, that's nice. That's true. Go all the way down to 700. Oh, this is good. 650 maybe? If it tunes on 650, I'm going to be shocked. I'll be damned. So we're basically covering the entire band. Okay. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Because, see, well, I guarantee you I know what's going to happen. I'm going to lose 40. I don't really care. We got FT8. And it means that basically most of the radios should be able to tune here. Let's see how low it will go. It won't go that low, but I don't do CW. This thing covers almost the entire band. Okay. What's annoying is you have to really long press this damn thing. What was the FT8 frequency? I can never remember. I thought it was 535. I swear I was up higher than this. Okay, so it's about where it's going to stop, probably. Be interesting to see. Some sort of algorithm. See, now it won't tune there. Yeah, we just saw it tune there before. It's very picky. Anyway, so that's on the cusp of that. Very, very finicky. And that's most of the usable band. Let's see if I get this. So it should be 573. Now, I think that the FTDX3000 will still have trouble tuning this on this frequency. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on 40. I have a feeling 40 won't work at all. Let's go way up to the top. Okay. And if it's going to work, it's going to be way down at the bottom. And it will probably cut off. I've played around with multiple configurations of this antenna. So you lose 40 completely without the phasing line. But I think that's okay, because I think what's happening is it's radiating that feed line. It's not good. So got no 40 on that. 40's always been really funky on this antenna. To the point where I almost just need a different antenna. And it doesn't work on 20. Let's try the other frequency. Why is there two of them? And we got nothing on 20. So the phasing line was allowing us to work all the bands. Or all of these bands to some degree. So we got nothing on these no more. Okay. You know, 17. And you got nothing, basically. Wow. And we lost 10. But let's see what we got here. All right. Let's try 6 meters. Okay. So it looks like we gained a lot more bandwidth on 80. But no other band works on the radio. Which is kind of what you would expect with a loop antenna. the fact that it was actually working before on other bands is probably strange anyway. So I'm probably going to leave it like this for a while and just see how it does. And also, I need to, when I'm feeling better and not so sick, I'm going to take down the Hustler 5B TV and I'm going to work on the 40 meter part. And that antenna would give me 10, 20, 15, and 40, and even give me 80. But I want to just leave my loop just for like 80, and because I don't know what's going on with some of the like RF stuff, but you can see that like I was just tricking it to work before with the phasing line idea. So maybe if I feed it in a different feed point, things might change. I do have another spot where I used to feed it, but it was really a pain. Because where I'm at right now, I don't really need much coax to reach it. So I have very little amount of coax feed line, which, makes the losses pretty negligible. I mean, I think there's less than 30 feet of feed line. So we could switch this over to the 7300. I really want to quit unplugging and plugging these radios in all the time, because it wears out the connectors. Especially probably these cheap Amazon ones. All right. So with the 7300, you can go into the menu and hit SWR. And we can change a lot of that, but you push the play button. And then you key the microphone. Make sure your tuner's not on. You have to get out of it to turn the tuner off. So we'd not be able to really tell a lot what's going on here. Each step is 50K, which means they're pretty big chunks. 5 bars, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 13 is the most they show. We want it on 13. We'll try this again. To give you a little more accurate representation. We want the step to be, I think, a little bit less, because we're looking at 3.26 to 4.65. You can make it even higher. And this is going to be like too hard to look at, because at 10K it only looks at 3.8. So we need a step to be 10 or 50. Okay. So it's going to cover 3.56 to 4.1. Can they just shift it over where it makes sense? And then if you turn your VFO, it'll show you where you're at. So we have at 38.65, we're below 2 to 1. We're below 3 to 1, right next to it. Okay. So our lowest is going to be somewhere around 3.7. So anyway, you can change the amount of bars, you can change the step. There's probably a way to shift the frequency and things like that. Let's go to a different band. Okay. Oh, it'll also start wherever you're centered at. I forgot about that. So you want to kind of center it. This is going to cover more than we want to look at. Like way above and just a little bit below. But that's okay. And so we can see it's really bad on this band. I don't know if there's a way to change like how far interesting. Okay. Oh, you can change that and just look at it by doing that. I really didn't know you could do that. Okay. So it doesn't give us any useful information on that band other than just really bad. That's what we need at that point, a Nano VNA. But we can see, you know, if we were trying to adjust the antenna, and this is all we had, this is a great tool. It's something that you should have put on the Yaesus, but I don't think any Yaesu has this. I think this is like just basically icoms. And you've been doing this actually for a while. Like this is, I didn't know what it was until I got my first 7300 like 5 years ago. But the couple of the other radios do this. The 706 and a few other ones. Yeah, a bunch of just different ones do it. So let's go to a different band. Why is it showing me that already? Like it already knows what it is? That's pretty strange. Or it's because I've tested it there once before. Apparently, yes. Okay. You went 13 bar. And let's hit the band stack. We're going to get further into the band. And by the way, when you do this, it is transmitting, so I don't know how much, but so that band's horrible also. But it's what you would expect. A loop that's resonant on 80 meters. I'm not going to bother with 17 meters. I'll check this because this could be a multiple harmonic of something. Everything's through the roof. Okay. 12 meters. Interesting. Okay, it doesn't really cover the whole band. Yeah, so, well, that's just the bottom part of the band. We need a bigger step, and that'll cover more. That's actually going to go from 27.77 to 28.374. I have a feeling it's going to resonate down here. Why does it not show anything there? Oh, just because it can't transmit there. That's why. Just go 100K. $500K. It stops wherever it can't transmit, because this is not an unlocked radio. I haven't had it that long. I don't plan on unlocking it. And in case you wonder why I left the plastic on it, because I might sell it. So it's had very little use. There's no reason to get my grubby fingerprints all over the touchscreen if I'm going to sell it to somebody else. I mean, considering how many radios I have, it's a lot of money for a radio that I didn't really need. Because usually I only buy radios when they're super deal. But it was an impulse buy that I decided, hey, it's my birthday month, I'm going to buy this damn thing. And I really do like these radios. I really do. I've had 3 of them. But they're not without problems. So anyway, let's see if we can advance through the frequency and see if it does anything differently for us. It'd be nice if it would show me like what it does down lower, because I think when I unlocked the one radio I had, it did. Because it was able to transmit there. I think the antenna resonates on the CB band, to be honest with you. Which does me no good. So the only band we have is this band. I don't imagine it doing anything special here. So now the other thing I'm going to try too is I'm going to later on try the vertical and see how that does. Sorry about the coughing. I'm just still pretty sick, and I'm just making videos because I can't sleep. I've laid in bed for days, and I can't lay down or I cough really bad, so I gotta do something. I don't have a whole lot of energy. I don't feel good. Anyway, I'm gonna actually switch to the vertical antenna, and we'll just see if we get anything good out of it. I rearranged the radials. Okay, we're back. We're on the Hustler 5B TV, which is the antenna that I definitely want to upgrade. I want to get the parts to make it a 6B TV so I can eliminate those other crazy pieces like the top hat and that little capacity ring. Okay, so we're on this band here. Well, look at that. That's pretty crazy. So now there's one bad thing about trying to use this out of the intended band. It's got traps in it. I mean, and they're like made up of capacitors and coils, and they block certain frequencies. So they're kind of like low pass, high pass filters. So we don't really want to use it outside of the band it's intended. Not looking good there. Let's get maybe centered around something that makes sense. So absolutely crap on 10 meters. Which doesn't really make sense. Let's continue on. But it's not designed to work there, so we're not even going to try it. So I would think that probably it's the pieces that I didn't put up on the top, the capacity hat. And I think that's probably screwing the whole thing up. I'm going to look at it a little bit wider on this. Okay. Holy moly, look at 20 meters. It's perfect. That's nuts. The whole fucking band. Wow. I think the traps are bad. I mean, I have the other antenna. I mean, I could totally, like, if you get 2 of these, that's really cool. The 20 is that good, though. David had problems with this antenna. What he told me, anyway. And it made the computer go nuts. You hear that? So there's RF in the shack, for sure. So, a little bit above 2 to 1 at the top of the band. Maybe somewhere right around. That's not good. Now I'm guessing. Let me undo this cable. Okay, so this is the FTDX3000, and it has all this on the cable. Okay, it probably is what was doing that. Yeah, and I'm telling you guys, I've talked about this before. This will burn up a radio like this icom. You will end up having a problem unless you're running really low power. I don't know how to keep the RF out of some of these. It's just really quirky and weird. And this isn't even my loop. This is a vertical. Anyway, let's look at our low point here. 3952. Yeah. So with the Hustler, it needs to be adjusted or something. Maybe a couple of the sections are dirty. You know, I don't know. I've actually only used it on this band, and I used it with the tuner, but it worked pretty good for what it is. So, we don't have any other bands to check on this, so anyway. So that's it for this video, and I'm going to do some more playing around, and we're going to look at maybe finding the parts from the 6BTV, adding them to it or something. I want a dedicated antenna for the other bands where I don't need to tune. I want to be resonant, and maybe something like a fan dipole would be cool, but I just don't have the real estate for it. The loop is 270 feet of wire, and it goes around a circle, and we have power lines in the back here, so there's limitations on it. So that barely fits. So yeah, I don't really know. The loop does extremely well, but it requires either you're going to run it with balanced line and a balanced line tuner, which the KW Matchbox I have is kind of limited and really a pain in the butt, or you run it directly with coax and run a balanced or an unbalanced tuner, and it can be so-so.